coming at you today with another Giggity Get Down. We had one of these not too long ago after the technical difficulties we had at the for the Xfinity race. Kate Taddy, myself, D. Smith up here. Really, we just want to review everything going into season 5. Q&A. There's going to be a little bit of updates and everything going on. So if you guys have any questions out there in YouTube land, let us know. Great to have you guys up here on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, what he said. Better make sure I'm on always live. Yeah, good. Okay, I'm good.
Can't you just smell season 5 approaching?
Man,
Very quickly.
Tomorrow night, the Truck Series hit the banks of Daytona to start off season 5. I'm pretty stoked for it.
That 1 week off did not. It didn't delay any at all. I mean, it blew by. It was a nice little break for everybody, especially I know there were some fun lobbies going on, some practice lobbies. A lot of people adjustments, being made on teams. The custom guys all starting to get their stuff in. I know you've been working on yours, Daddy. Still a couple adjustments out there. Ma Bear, what's up out there in YouTube land? So, but yeah, season 5 is already upon us, already here, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, this past week we had some really good stuff going on. Like you said, we had the, we had some test lobbies set up for the drivers of the new series, stuff like that. We had some new guys racing that just got brought up after season 4.5. Congratulations to all those guys. You're going to get to see their faces here this week. Well, at least their cars, not their faces. Let's see, we had some rivalries built already. We had a few people getting some on-track incidents. That's always a good thing, except for the opposite. But yeah, I mean, all in all, actually, the racing this week was pretty good. To those that don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know. Most people on our YouTube are drivers here. But yeah, we did practice run at Atlanta for all series except for the Custom Xfinity. And that's because, as you said, there was a technical difficulty, but not on our end. That was on 704 games and Heat 5 servers. But yeah, hopefully they get that fixed this week and we can have a good week of racing, no issues.
And I like you said too, we had a little bit of a feeding frenzy the other day with something that happened, and I know a lot of the captains they went down and they went down to the recruitment and the development series, and I'm excited to see a lot of those guys up there. Ma Bear, Paul Bear worked so hard to get class acts in there. That's here at Giggity Racing. So. And we've had controversies in the past where a lot of those drivers are like, well, I'm just going to be stuck down here. I'm just going to be stuck down here. That's not the case. Look what happened the other day.
Yeah, I mean, I tell all the drivers when they come to me, I said, don't get discouraged. Kind of expect to be down there for a little while. There's not really a lot we can do. There's only so many positions that are open in the upper series. 7 teams, 3 spots, 21 drivers per team total. There's not really a whole lot of spots with how many drivers we have. I say that's a lot of spots overall. That's what, 7? I mean, it's like 100 and something spots, but at the end of the day, we have 200 something drivers here in total in Giggity. We had, like Ma Bear's saying up there right now, we got 4 people joining development today. So almost on a daily basis, we got more and more people showing up. So when you got over 200 and you only have spots for 100, little over 100, it makes it really difficult for getting all these drivers in. But stick around, show us what you got. Spots will open, whether it be somebody's work schedules changed, their attitude's not right for a team, they're just not showing up enough, maybe they've moved on to iRacing, some of that type of stuff. People are always in and out, so there's always opportunities here for Giggity Racing League.
Robbie's out there in YouTube land. He was going to help us today, but enjoying some family time with his daughter. So I'm glad that's happening for him. But he is joining in, and we have a beaver sighting. We have a beaver sighting in YouTube land.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah. Right. So I know you went on to talk about seeing them. Again, a lot of the guys out there had question and answers, but we do have a little bit of a League v League you wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, North American E-Racing League. That's the YouTube if you want to search it, if you want to maybe subscribe. I don't really care whether or not you subscribe, but at least tune in later tonight around 6:30. They're going to be broadcasting for about an hour and a half to 2 hours as they have a back-to-back-to-back race. 8 leagues competing all at one time, 4 drivers apiece, 32 drivers on the track with cautions, no stages at the mile and a half, stages at Talladega, but they will be going to Auto Club Talladega, Las Vegas, and here for the Giggity Racing League, I'm proud to announce that our 4 drivers will be Robbie Racing, Chris Pendle, aka No Shift Pendle. We will have Nuka Bob Quantum, Owen Bridges, and we will have Hunty Wild, Colton Ward out there. So
Trash.
everybody tune in later. Give a big shout out to those guys. Cheer them on. They're representing everyone here for Giggity. So definitely hope they can do well tonight.
Those will be fun tracks too. I enjoy all those tracks, wide open, many lanes, and I'd be curious to see some of how the other drivers out there. But no, very good lineup for Diggity going into that too. And hey, what's up, Asha? Robbie's old daughter over in England says hello. What up, young lady? But yeah, no, this is going to be good. You said North American E-Racing League. We'll make sure that we'll try to get the link out there for everybody else. I know I'm going to be tuning in. D said he's going to be watching. D and I even thought about trying to put on just like a little bit of a broadcast for it, but I don't know how that's going to work out right now. But still, let's keep an eye on our Giggity drivers and support them like we always do.
Yeah, actually, I could talk to the guy that runs that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I could talk to the guy that runs it and see if we can't broadcast it on our own channel. If maybe they'll leave room for you to get in there. Let me find out. I'll send that message right now.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a broadcast that focuses on just our 4 drivers if we. Kind of like how for the championship race, NBC does the regular broadcast and the one on
That's going to be a lot of racing to broadcast too if we do that.
NBC is. Yeah, I ain't got anything else to do.
Yeah, yep. As always, make sure you got those adult beverages and popcorn ready for it. But no, it's going to be cool. And something else that I know that K Taddy wanted to bring
Hey,
up.
Trout in the chat.
What up, Trout?
What's up, Trout?
Man, I had some
Okay.
good racing with him in those fun lobbies we were talking about the other day. Trout and I were up there battling in the top 3, top 5. Man, it's great to see him back out there on the track and doing well this year. And man, it was a lot of fun racing with you, Trout.
So, real quick, this is the Q&A section. I want to get to our 2 questions so far. Have the updated Season 5 rules been posted anywhere yet? The answer to that is no. The captains have been working on them, and they will be posted today before the end of the day. So, everybody knows the rules going into tomorrow. The second question I see out there is Adam Troutman. What are the chances that he wins the season opener? He said 10-15%. I think actually that's a -10, -15%.
I call it 50-50. Either he will or he won't.
I'm going to say that, yeah, either you're going to be in first place when the checkered flag drops or you won't be, which means you didn't win. So, yeah, Booger McFarland facts already. Can a captain drop drivers at their own will, no particular reason? Absolutely 100%. That's a fact. They can. Jason Coleman out there, that's Kamikaze. He's trying to get into a series. Thanks for tuning in. Right, so anybody that tunes in and watches that League v League Challenge tonight, this is great news. Puddin is going to appreciate this one greatly. I think I mentioned it the other day. But if you do watch it, all the cars on the track, each league has their own like color scheme that they're going for, main base color of the car. If you're trying to figure out which one could be Giggity, they are the pink cars.
Woo woo!
Yes.
This is for everybody. Everybody in this league gotta love those pink cars. We don't
Hunty's
allow
dream came true.
Hunty's dream. Actually, he was the very first one, man. I told the 4 guys, I said, all right, here's
He
the
had it
deal. We
ready.
gotta drive pink cars. Make one and send it to me so I can let the guy that's running the deal know. And I think Hunty sent me a picture of his car within 30 seconds. So his car was definitely already ready.
Gotta love it, gotta love it. And Weasley Rub on him out there, the Reuben Sandwich himself. He's present in accounting for in YouTube, he said. Now, some other exciting news that you posted throughout the chats, too. Giggity memorabilia.
Yeah. So we have a guy, Ed Though. Everybody here knows of Ed Though. We've all helped him in the past. We've helped him raise money for his transplant. Unfortunately, that didn't take. But yeah, Ed Though is a big part. He's an OG here at Giggity, one of the very first founding members. He knows a person close to where he lives, good friend of the family, that's what they do for a living. They make shirts, they make cups, aka tumblers, keychains, hoodies, anything and everything your little heart could desire. You want cornhole boards, you could probably get them made. Anyways, CNC Designs, they are now sponsoring our Custom Xfinity series. They will be donating. You can get a koozie after each race. You can get like we're in the talks of, if you don't want a koozie because you win a couple races in a row, maybe you're going to get a $5 to $10 off your next purchase, or free shipping and handling, something like that.
I'd love to have a shirt that says Giggity Racing, rack 'em and stack 'em.
Yeah, and on top of that, CNC Designs, we have a Facebook page that is the Giggity Clothing and Apparel line. If you guys want an order, get on there. We got boxes. I think it was $25 for 2 shirts, 2 tumblers, 2 keychains, and an extra decal. I think it's just one of the small decals, but still just a decal.
That's
Um,
awesome.
on top of outside of the Giggity Racing League, if you guys just want to get on there and get something custom ordered, I know Kay Larson, he's our Season 2 Xfinity champion. He's getting a custom shirt that has the picture of his car that says, Season 2 champ on the back. He's trying to get his gamer tag down one sleeve, champion down the other sleeve. Pretty cool. Definitely, like I said, get onto the page. If you guys want to make an order, reach out and contact Edtho himself, as he's the one handling our orders. Every Friday at 10 o'clock, you got to have your money paid in full by then. If so, you'll have your order before the next Friday at 10 o'clock. If your
And
money's
when
not
the
in,
first
you're going to have to wait a
Dark,
week. Go
we
ahead.
got Dark Knight's out
when,
there on YouTube. He says, "What's up, guys?" And then we also have a Puck Buck sighting, out there. What's up, Buck?
Oh, boy.
now when the first order comes in, who's going to be doing the fashion show?
Oh,
Well,
I'll already audition that. I'll take it
yeah,
down
I'm
to my
already a
outdoor
little
pool.
nervous on that.
No, I'm excited for that. That's going to be really cool. I know I'm going to be looking forward to doing that, especially get some decals put on the back of the car. I always try to help promote Giggity too, and tell people what we do, and even some of the neighbors and friends back home, they've subscribed to, which we are up to 534. So always, again, promote and support your guys. One of the best leagues out there.
Yeah, actually, another shout out. This one is in talks, not completely finalized, but we are looking at having a sponsor for the Custom Cup Series as well.
Hey,
Uh,
hey.
3D Metal Works. And when I say 3D, it's not the number 3. They spell it out. It is the number 3, but spelled out 3D Metal Works. They are looking at sponsoring our Custom Cup Series, so definitely pretty cool. We're trying to get the custom side sponsored this season. We're doing the custom over preset simply because custom guys tend to put more work in throughout the week. So I want to start with those guys, help them out. We did the Xfinity Series first because Edtho is the one that found the sponsor, brought him to us, and he races custom Xfinity, so that's why they're the first sponsor. And then he's actually the one that brought on that 3D metal scrap place, as well as he used to work there. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Looking about a $10 PSN card for the race winner each week. That's what we're looking at there. So that's kind of cool.
We do
Win
have
a
a
couple
question too.
races,
And give
get your
James
next
Patty.
month for free. Will Broadcast have a weekly schedule posted? So we're in the works of that. The guy we're speaking with right now, Pinky Puddin', he is the guy that is going to be setting that all up and squaring it away. I believe D. Smith, you said you're going to do Mondays?
Yeah, I can take care of trucks on Mondays, and then Taddy, you'll probably do Thursdays for
I do
Xfinity.
Thursdays. Pinky does, or Puddin' does Wednesdays. I think we had Icy wanting to do Fridays. And then on top of that, Dirt Series on Tuesdays. Puddin' always covers that. He enjoys watching our dirt racing. So, yeah, I think we're pretty well covered with the broadcasters as far as commentators. That's going to be hit and miss each week, but definitely got the broadcast end covered.
Yeah, and with the broadcast too, we've got a lot of people out there. Thanks for everybody stepping up who will do the actual broadcasting, and everybody out there in YouTube land, they're not in the actual broadcast chat, but commentators are. Oh, everybody wants to do it. There's a lot of offers out there, so I think we're going to have a dynamite broadcast season also. And Beaver wants to. He's got a question out there for the schedule for you, Taddy.
All right, let me get to it.
Pretty much, he's asking if we're doing the schedule for the actual series,
Okay,
and
so
they're going
yeah.
to the track twice. Why aren't we going to the
Okay,
track
so
twice?
here's the deal. We have here at Giggity Racing League, we're trying to get multiple seasons done in one calendar year. So we are following on all 3 series. We're following the 2019 schedule. We're not following 2020 simply because it's all jacked up. The original schedule that was posted, they've now had to change that. It's still getting changed as we speak, so we're not going to try to follow that because there's quite frankly no way we can, or have a schedule set before the season ends because they're still changing it. After
But Cup
that
will not
fact,
go to
the
Canadian
reason,
though. Whatever season, whatever
yeah,
series
right.
you race at,
Cup will not be going to Canadian Tire because they don't race there. They won't be going to Iowa because they don't race there. I actually messed up the other night. I'm glad Mountain Dew got in the chat. Xfinity did race at the Roval that season, I didn't see it on the schedule, but only because it simply said Charlotte twice. So I skipped one, but one was the Roval. Anyways, the reason we're not racing them twice is that would be 36 weeks. Um, Calendar year is 52 weeks. If we did 36 weeks and 36 weeks, that's 72 weeks. That's more than a year. So we're doing 24 race season.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, nobody got time for that. But so, yeah, you do just hit each track one time in the order that they would fall, and you have a 24 race season for the Cup, 23 for Xfinity and trucks. So 24 and 24 is 48, still done within a calendar year. So that's why we're not racing the tracks twice.
Eagle said he got suspended from PSN. How in the heck do you do
You
that?
hate to see it.
I mean, you hate to see it if you're him. On my end, that doesn't bother me. You might want to make another gamer tag before the season gets started, though, this week, because otherwise you're going to be down in points. Again, you hate to see that if you're his captain and or him personally, but on my end, it doesn't bother me. Sorry, Eagles.
You did. Sorry, Eagles. But yeah,
DJ
exactly. So the,
YG,
like you
I
said,
don't
you'll follow.
recognize you, but yeah, excited to see you out there in development. Because I don't recognize you says to me that you're just one of our newer guys. That's cool.
But I like how you're
Continue
doing
on,
that
boys.
with the schedule too, Taddy, where the series is going to run where they ran. So you will see the Xfinity cars at like Road America, but you won't see them, at Sonoma because they don't race there, for example. So I do
Yeah,
like how
and
you're going to do
I
that, so
want
that gives
to.
people a chance to practice to those tracks too. Because some of those Cup cars, in my opinion, on the game are over horsepowered for some of these tracks.
Well, I want to bring it back up and reiterate: we are bringing playoffs back this season for Giggity Racing League. When we get to Homestead for all three series, 6 series for us because it's custom and preset. But when we get to the final 4 races, there are you have 10 drivers battling out for the championship. Unless there's some extra people that won, then we'll have more than 10. When we get to Homestead, the final 3 drivers in points are going to be battling out for a title. I'm excited to bring that back with having these longer schedules. This is going to be the longest season we've ever had in Giggity Racing League. However, it's also the most fair we've had in the past where people get upset that, when we go through and try to handpick the tracks and try to spread it out to some good racing tracks, they're like, this schedule's boring, this schedule's this schedule's that. What about this track? What about that track? The fairest way we can do that, put them all in there. Yeah, granted, you only get it one night instead of 2. Also, we will be doing, if there's a 500-mile race and a 400-mile race, we will be racing the 400-mile race. Except for at Daytona. Daytona will be the Daytona 500 because, it's
Well,
the
it's Daytona 500. So
Reminder on the race
Charlotte will be
schedule.
the 600.
Charlotte will be the 600. Yep, facts. There's no shortening that one up. That's going to be a very long night. Reminder on race schedule, what series runs on what day, Robbie asks out there. Well, you should have been in here so you could have said it, but because you're not, I'll go ahead and say it. Monday is trucks, starting with presets at 7, customs. Set up the lobby usually around the time of the preset interview so they can get qualified and give the broadcasters about 5-10 minute break in between. Dirt is on Tuesday. They start their heats at 6:30. If you're a dirt driver out there, reminder, this is the only night we start at a different time. 6:30 is when we start the heats. B-Main usually going about 7 o'clock, and that's when our broadcast starts. We don't broadcast the heats, but they do get done around 6:30. Wednesday, preset cup at 7. Usually takes about an hour, hour and a half, so about 8:30ish. We get the custom cup going. And then Thursday we have preset Xfinity at 7, about 8:15ish. We have the customs get going, and then Friday same thing. That one's going to time frame change on the custom side because they run all 3 series, truck, Xfinity and Cup. But presets there start at 7, and the customs follow that race. So that's our schedule. And every other Saturday, don't forget, we also have our endurance series starts at noon. That's a 100% race. They're getting ready to go to Vegas next week.
yeah, don't sleep through
Speaking of
that.
which,
I did that yesterday. I slept through that on accident. I woke up.
yeah. Speaking of which, congratulations to Jake. He was yesterday's winner. Didn't finish in the top 10 in either stage, as he was a lap down most of the race, but came back and won the race.
He's got good strategy. We'll see him, do well this year too. Close battle in the championship and the preset cup for him this year too.
Speaking of preset cup, can we just mention how stacked that whole field is?
Yeah, actually, we 100% can. I can even give you a rundown of our drivers here. Let's see.
Yeah, we
Probably
ended up
your
losing one
dad.
of the we ended up losing one of the talented guys due to a work issue yesterday. So
Oh yeah, I gotta take him off this list. But probably your dad has moved up from the Xfinity Series to Cup. He switched from RJM, who's no longer a thing. Now he's racing for Puddin and Knievel Motorsports. I spun Higgins, Blake ET, Dark Humor, Elite Precision. Last year's preset truck champion has moved up to the Cup Series. Tackleberry, Adam Troutman, who has a 50-50 chance of winning the 500. He's out there. The Private Patton, Spanker, Mr. Huff, Texpelt, Just Ken, Jake Giroux, UK Wildcats, Wildcard Coyote, Flirt with Disaster, Country Caliber. If you heard a name on that list that doesn't deserve to be Cup, you are crazy if you don't think so. That is one stacked lineup.
probably that'll be that's going to be one of the closest points I think championships.
That's almost late night lobbies, just about.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
is.
and what's crazy about that is, you know, Patton last season gave Jake Giroux something that I didn't think he would ever get, a defeat in the point standings.
Yeah.
Season 4.5 was the first time Jake did not win a title since he's been with Giggity.
And UK.
And UK facts. So that's kind of proof in point. We finally got these guys, you know, in some competition. We always say it. We try to match people up where they belong. Proof in point that Jake, UK Wildcats, some of those guys, Elite Precision this last season, probably your dad's a champion. That's a lot of past champs, actually. Probably your dad is a past champion. Elite Precision is a past champion. Trout is a past champion. Patton won the 4.5 season. He's a past champion. Spanker is season 2 preset cup champion. Texpelt is a truck champion. Just Ken is a truck champion. Jake Giroux is Xfinity champion and cup. UK Wildcats is a truck champion.
And Xfinity.
And Xfinity, yeah. So I mean, the list goes on there with the Cup Series about. I mean, it's basically just an all-star studded preset champion series that they're
And I
going to
will
be going off on Wednesdays.
I'm glad to run customs, so that way I'll have better chances at top fives over there.
Robbie just
yeah,
sent me a picture of his car. He's going to run for the leading man. This thing looks sick.
I think I just heard you say that the Custom Cup is going to be the easier one to win. I don't know.
No,
how
I didn't
true
say that. I didn't say that. I didn't
No,
say that.
I'm just messing with you.
A little bit though.
It's a good looking car.
On that end, actually, we have some drivers moving up there as well. We have Doc Fu. He raced in 4.5. One race showed that he actually just belonged to be there. He did really good. I had side-by-side action with him. Doc Fu's moving up. Let's see. Dark Knight is moving up for season 5. He was up there for 4.5. Nuka Bob is moving up. D. Smith himself, he's moved up. Coco Money Mike, he moved up at the end of season 3, but he's going to be sticking around. Trinity has moved up. Broom has moved up. Yeah, quite a few drivers moving up, but we also have your regulars. Mills out there, AJ Storm, Cola, Captain Jack Wright, he's moving up. He did race Preset Cup once, but he's moving up. Arkham, Pendle, myself, Robbie, Tommy, Noko, El Parco, Celtics, and NRG, another star-studded cast there in the Custom Cup Series.
The Cup Series is stacked on both ends over here.
Yeah, I don't see that either one of those series is going to be easy to get a win or a top 5.
Hopefully, it just puts on good races.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if people just give way, you know, have a little give and take. The driver talent is there. Getting racing with each other, the first few weeks might be a struggle getting used to each other. But I think that once, 24-week season, that's a long season. And once these guys get used to each other, I think that there's no limit on how great the racing can be over there.
Dan Kate says, so he wants to know, so all Daytona races will be the full
All right,
race.
Take two
Yeah.
from the top.
Right, there you go. So all Daytona races are full races. Go ahead with that one, Taddy.
Yeah, so no, they're going to be 50% races. We're not doing 100% races at Daytona. No way, but we are doing.
But what he's saying is,
longer
instead of the
races.
400 or 500 miles for Daytona for the 500, you'll be running the 50% 500 mile race.
Yeah, we'll be doing the 500 for sure. Or I don't know what it. I don't know if Xfinity and Truck. I think they have the 400 miler instead of the 300 in Xfinity.
I think it's a 300 and a 250.
Okay, yeah, so they'll be running the 300, and whatever the Trucks is, they'll be running the longer one. But yeah, it'll definitely be the full race over the shorter one.
Damn Hershey took the good lighter. This thing's about dead.
Since we're going over series here, let's go ahead and I'll pop out the names on Custom Xfinity. This is kind of neat. We didn't do this the other day, so kind of cool to get some names out there. Returning to Giggity, he sat out 4.5 and most of 4, but Marcus Edub will be racing in the Custom Xfinity series.
Oh,
That
Marcus.
that's a talented driver right there. Definitely belongs in Cup, but schedule wise, he couldn't make Wednesday, so Thursday's his best night. Billy Holcomb, I don't know a whole lot about this guy. I've seen him in a few development races, but he's gotten an opportunity here in the Custom Xfinity. Puddin, you're going to be running wide open. Acceptness and Dash for Cash. I'm hoping Acceptness doesn't take out the field as many times this season as he did last season. But he is a fast driver. He just, setups tend to get the best of him sometime. Edtho, Archangel, Gottnub, Monster Racing, Racing Rowdy, the old guy, the older Smitty is Stank, but not the younger. Honda Racing, Name Untaken, McLovin, Coach Matt, and Puck Buck.
Oh yeah, I can't race with make pass on McLovin. Don't get me
Yeah, so
started.
so there's some talented drivers there. Our preset Xfinity is Mountain Dew, Dime Bags, the Blue Emblem Bird, aka T Bird, Jimbo Earnhardt. Yes, that's right. We got an Earnhardt here in the Giggity Racing League. Little bit off. Fast Camaro, Dirty Boy Jackson, OKC Mexican, Go with the Flow, MD2 Wood, Fastlane, Trey making his return. That's a past champion. Buff Chanka, J Money, Grandmaster Sheffy, Papa Musa, Young Boy Terrell, Hunty, and Meatball. So that's another pretty stacked lineup there with the preset Xfinity series.
Goodness gracious. Push to the brink says hello everyone. Welcome aboard. Thank you for talking. Yeah, what's up? He's up there on YouTube.
If you've kept
That
up
is push to the
the
brink
past,
is a little bit off. What was that?
if you've kept up the past couple seasons with Giggity, uh, you'll recognize most of the names, and the way I feel is a lot of the names are actually in the series that uh, they should be running in anyway.
And that
Yeah,
was
Um,
that was a big mix-up for the whole new draft for last season, and then everything. That was the whole purpose of it. And I think during these practice races that we did this week confirmed that mix-up was it was the best because it did, like you said, put people where they should belong, or some people who et cetera, like that. So that whole mix-up of racing every team and starting from ground zero almost, except for the captain's got to keep 2 people. That was a good mix-up.
good question out there, rubbing them. He asked, is there a rookie competition each for any series? I've never really done the whole keep stats on the rookies. However, this season I will be keeping track of the rookies on your point system. You'll see a little R next to a person's name that signifies they're a rookie. Therefore, we will be able to say who is the rookie of the year at Giggity Racing League. However, um, they're going to get kind of older school points there, whereas the playoffs don't matter to that. You could be a rookie that wins the champion and not be the rookie of the year, as the rookie of the year will be given away as the rookie that scored the most points throughout the season total. Their points will not reset at the playoff margin.
I like it. I like it. A lot of good questions from these guys out here too.
Are they rookies if they ran 4.5? That depends. I am going off a 3 race base, so if there's somebody that got moved up in the last 2 to 3 weeks of 4.5, just to test out and see how they would do and see if they would be able to advance, then they are still considered rookies with 3 races or less. You had to have raced the series 4 times or more to be no longer considered a rookie.
And again, too, just before a captain can pick anybody up for development, don't forget those guys got to do a minimum of 2 races before they are eligible.
Yeah, that's for all drivers, period, that are brought into the league. If you're somebody that's tuned in right now, and even if you've been on the Heat communities for 10 years but never raced with Giggity, and or you've been with Giggity and quit at one point, or just something's happened where you've left, it doesn't matter. All drivers that come back to this league are going to development, and you must race 2 races before you're allowed to be signed. And that's just to be fair, realistically. I don't want a captain going and finding some crazy fast driver nobody's ever heard of him, and then just being like, okay, he's on my team. This gives everybody an opportunity to put him in, make sure that they're decent in league races via the development races, and all captains have now had an opportunity to see him, and it's luck of the draw on which captain pays most attention. As soon as
Yeah,
that
I was
green
just going
flag
to say
drops
when
on
you
that
do,
guy's second development race, you can be signed.
as soon as that green flag drops, yeah, I know A lot of captains have done that where they have had a name in mind, had that name typed in, so when that green flag dropped, they were all over it too. So I know it's exciting for the captains to have that aspect to it there too.
Sorry, I was lighting a cigarette here. Yeah, something a little different. Last season we had in season four. No, I think four we had extra cars, but in 4.5 we only allowed each team to have two drivers per series, and the captain got to be the third car in one series, whatever one he chose. Well, that's gone. The captain is no longer any special. I mean, they're still the captain of the team. They can still race whatever series they choose. However, they every series gets three drivers per team, so that there's no longer that one extra car per team in a series. Everybody has the same opportunity. That doesn't mean that all teams are filled, as some captains have not seen the driver pool yet in the development, where they thought that somebody maybe deserved to be a cup. I know, for example, KMS, they have a preset cup ride open as of last night. He hasn't gone into the development pool and fished out a cup driver. He's probably going to move, put in, listen. I would imagine he's going to move one of his talented drivers that he's already got on the team up before he just goes and picks up a driver out of development. But there are opportunities still.
Yeah, I'm a very big believer of promoting within. And Beaver asked out there too. Well, what happens if you have family issues or work issues? And sometimes, yeah, you can run a custom you can run a slider in a custom setup, you know. But again, with that
However,
being, you just
you
you'll be down a
you will
little bit.
probably you will probably not be having a very good time.
But
That would basically be a start and park night. I'm gonna be honest. If you're in a custom setup race and you're running the slider, as CEO of the league, I will ask that you start the race and you back out. I don't need somebody out there in a slider going 40 miles an hour slower than the cup guy, the custom drivers, not even necessarily cup, but any series. It makes it a lot harder to get out of the way of the guys coming up on you. It makes everything a lot harder. So definitely, I would ask as a respect to the other drivers on the track. If you know you don't have a chance, a lot of people do that at road courses. That's a different story. You might run a second off the pace, but on a minute and a half track, that's the 1 second off's not bad. But if you're running a second off at a short track that's 15-second laps, you're going to be going about 14, 15 laps down by the time the race is over. So it's better just, maybe just start, park, collect the points, get out of there. That is what it is. Real quick, out there, I got pushed to the brink, asked if that makes him a rookie because you were custom cup and you're dropping down to preset Xfinity. Yes, that makes you a rookie in the class. Barry Springer said that makes him a rookie in custom cup. Fake news, it does not. You have raced more than 4 races in the custom cup series. So you would not be considered a custom cup rookie. You did 2 this last season, and in previous seasons you have raced more than 2 races in the custom cup series, so you would not be a rookie, Dark Knight.
and something to touch on too, with what Josh has said out there, with the season being as long as it is, if you have family issues, if you have work, you know, we see it a lot. You know, a lot of these guys, they show up and they consistently race every week, and that's why they get up there in the points. But if you have a family issue, you have a work issue, you have something like that, the season's so long that it might hurt you a little bit in points. But don't think that's going to take you out of the championship too, because you can miss a couple
Yeah,
weeks here and there and still be able to
I'm glad you
contend for that
brought that
championship.
up, Puddin. I'm glad you brought that up. So we're bringing in for the first time ever, win and you're in. If you win a race, you are automatically in the playoffs. However, we have a 20-week regular season schedule. 24 weeks on the season, final 4 weeks of the playoffs. That leaves 20 weeks of the regular season. In that regular season, you only must compete in 14 to be eligible for the playoffs.
Right.
That gives you 6 weeks. That's a month and a half off out of a 6-month challenge that you can pick those weeks at mercy. Whoever it was out there that asked about, hey, what if I don't have a custom and can I run a slider? Maybe that's a good week to take off. Work. That'll give you 2 weeks to work on the next track. There are stuff like that you can do. Maybe you want to make every race you can, and if it's a start and park, just so that you're eligible. If you do start and back out on lap 1, as long as the official results show your name, then you raced it, as far as I'm concerned, so it counts. Again, that 6-week time frame of being able to miss, that's for that reason. If you have a family emergency, maybe you had to work late one night, you just couldn't get home, all that type of stuff. That's what that point is for, is to help people on that aspect.
And it'll keep the car counts up later in the season. So that way, when you realize you don't really have a shot at the championship, you just stop racing. It gives you
Well,
incentive to
yeah.
stick out the whole season.
Well, and that's why we're bringing the playoffs back. The winning you're in, first off, that can allow more than 10 drivers. Again, there's 20 races in the regular season. If a different driver wins every race and they're all eligible, the whole field makes it eligible for those final four races. I'm going unlimited on the drivers that are eligible for the playoffs on that fact of winning you're in. On top of that, if, for example, we have a guy that led the point series all season, and 10 drivers won a race and we said only 10 drivers are eligible, I am throwing in a provisional type playoff spot for the highest finishing point driver to not get a win
Nice.
automatically.
Yeah,
Like, what's up,
that makes
Cowboy?
sense.
Another name out there I haven't seen before. He says, "What's up, fellas? Hey, Cowboy."
And I want to throw that out there. The reason that provisional playoff spot is there for the highest finishing point driver without a win, I don't want people to go out there thinking winning is the only thing that matters in the league. If you finish top five week after week after week, you're going to be that top guy without a win. And that puts you in there. Consistency pays off. Racing is about consistency, not just about winning the race. And I want to make sure that everybody is clear on that fact.
And that way, so a situation don't occur where you might be first in points, and you'll still make sure you
You're
have a
locked
spot
into
in
the
the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Basically,
Yeah.
if you're first in points, win or not, you're locked into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Real quick, I should go over the point system. We did this the other day, but again, we might have viewers right now that weren't here the other day. Each stage, or sorry, let's start with the poll. The poll will give you 1 point. Each stage will give you, the top three finishers will receive stage points. 3 to the winner, two to second, 1 to third. Only those 3 get points. The final points, you get 30 points to win the race, and it goes 1 point down per position. So second is 29, third 28, etc. None of those are playoff points. When you make the playoffs, all drivers that are eligible for the playoff reset back to, for example, 0 points. It'll probably be like 1,000, so they're ahead of the guys that didn't make it. But you will reset to an even points, dead on. Wins don't matter for playoff points. Nothing matters. You will have a 3-race shootout. Just those drivers, whichever 3 drivers accumulate the most points in that time frame, will be the drivers that advance on into Homestead. If there's a tie, first off, it'll go to wins. Whoever won the most in the season, then it would be, if that's still a tie, it would be whichever driver finished higher in the regular season.
And we saw a little bit of that with Private and Jake with the points that it came down to. Like if Jake ended up winning, and it was a little bit of a downfall for Private or for Jake in that aspect, but Private had to finish 10th or worse. But then that would have meant that Jake would have been winner. That would have tied them in wins. But because he would have won that night, that would have made him the highest finisher. So that's how. I mean, there was 3 different options that played out for that. So we saw a little bit of an example of that already.
Push to the brink out there asked a good question. How would that work if only 2 or 3 drivers win all the races?
I don't see that happening, but good question.
It
that does
goes
happen.
points
that
for the
does
rest of the
happen.
spots.
Right, yeah, it would be just regular points for the rest of the spots. 10 drivers is the minimum that will make the playoffs. Now, keep in mind, that's half the field. 7 teams, 3 drivers, that's 21 drivers in a series. That's half the field. Unless the only way that will change is if I do not have 10 drivers that make the 14 race minimum.
Something else too that we're gonna. I mean, I know we've been keeping an eye on it, and it's been doing a good job too. It's like a racing courtesy and racing etiquette. You know, we've all done this. We all know how to do it. Please refrain from, if you get upset. I mean, Taddy, you've been upset. D, you've been upset. I've been upset. Refrain from going into a chat and start going up on somebody. Again, I know a team that dropped somebody immediately because of that. Pit lane entrance, pit lane exiting. We all know where to do that. Don't LePage the field. Common sense and etiquette too. Will be.
Don't Quinn Huff the field either.
Yeah, don't
Getting
quit
on
up the
pit road.
field.
Don't Arc LePage the field at Daytona. Oh, I'm sorry. Evan LePage the field. I'm sorry, I got confused there.
Yeah. So, but I mean that. The penalties this year too. We've seen penalties. We've seen cars get parked because of driving, attitudes, talking, stuff like that too. So, just as easy as this is the game points, it is just as easy to lose points be suspended, or even be dropped and sent back down to development. So again, guys, everybody out there,
Yeah,
racing etiquette.
I want to go back in a little bit more on the penalty aspect. I'm not going to go over what is a penalty. I think we've discussed that well enough on Thursday. But I do want to say, for the first time ever entering the season, I do not have the weight of the world on my shoulders. Between the captains, between our broadcast team, between Edo helping us out with the clothing and apparel side, basically I'm sitting down, a spectator just like you guys, and I'm the one that puts the points together after the races. That's all I have on my plate. What that does is open me up for a lot more time for when captains send me these video clips, or if a driver's captain's not responding and they send me the clip. You have 24 hours from the time the race ends for me to receive a video clip before the points are going to be done. So
And
the
that doesn't
points
mean
will
send
be
it
done.
directly to Taddy, guys. That means follow the chain of
Right.
command. Send it
So
to your captain, have your captain review it, and then the captain will take it in from hands. Just don't be sending stuff right to Taddy.
Right, so the points are going to get done. You'll see them in the chats 2 days after the race. So if you race on Monday, on Wednesday, you will see the points in your chat. However, if the captains tell me on their team's all happy, no issues, no video clips coming in, I can do them the next day. That's no problem. Uh, the reason I'm saying this is, for the first time, I'm going to have enough time to be able to be strict on the penalties across all boards on the series. We've had issues where people are like, oh, well, you're not penalizing people enough, so they're getting away with it week after week, and cry on my shoulder and violin and stupid stuff. That's going to change this season. You mess up and you wreck the field, you're out. You cause 3 cautions on the track, and this is on the broadcaster, and the broadcaster is going to be watching a lot. Captains are going to be watching a lot. Now, if the captain's in the race, their word doesn't mean anything. During the race, they're just a driver. But the other captains that are not racing will be watching. Our broadcasters will be watching. If they tell you and they get in your chat and they say, hey, you've caused 3 cautions, back out of the race. This is the biggest point I want to say, because this is a rule change that we've never done this in the past. If I believe you caused 3 wrecks on Thursday when I'm the broadcaster, and or Monday if I'm just tuning in as a captain CEO, I will write in the chat that I need you to back out. If you do not back out, you will not receive any points for that race, and you will be suspended the following week. If you're suspended, that does count as one of your 6 weeks that you missed a race, and therefore you get enough of those, you're ineligible. 3 suspensions, you're no longer in this league, period.
And
Guys,
sometimes, I mean, lag issues happen. We've seen it. But if you're asked to leave due to that too, it's not because you're driving. It's because of technical difficulty. I know that's frustrating, but just again, please be respectful. And if you're asked to leave, please leave. You know, and we'll get everything
well,
resolved.
and you know, this happens mostly in the custom end. There are people that, you know, I hate this fact. There's people that are out there all week working on their setup, and then you have people that got a setup from their buddy, didn't do anything all week, put that setup in, can't handle it because it's either too tight or too loose, and they're wrecking the field. And they're just trying to finish the race, hoping others lag out or others back out or this or that, so they can get the best finish they can. No more of that. If you're going to wreck the field every time you're in traffic because you can't handle your car, park it. There's no reason to be out there costing other people the race. And again, it's not us being mean to you specifically. It's us trying to improve the racing overall.
Right. There was that common
As I
courtesy
said when
thing
I was
right
going
there.
over the names, you know, I mentioned acceptness. There was a few times exactly what he happened. He had some cars that were the cream of the crop, fastest car on the track. And then after about 5 laps, he was spinning out and taking out the field every other lap. I'm not meaning to throw his name out there, so to say, but I know it was happening in the live broadcast. Energy got a little upset and called him out, so I'm using it for example. If that happens,
No,
you know,
NRG called him out.
yeah. So if something like that happens, just park it. You know, and if you do back out and park it when we ask you to, guess what? You're still receiving the points. You'll get last place points. It's still going to help you accumulate points for the season. If you get last place, so if you get, say 15 cars show up out of the 21 that are supposed to race, and 1 car lagged out already, and then I ask you to back out, that gives you a 14th place finish. That puts you 14 points behind the leader that won the race as far as points. And if it's stage 3 that this happens, and maybe you got first and second in the stages, that's 3, plus the 2 for the next stage, that's 5, plus your 14th place points. You end up overall accumulating the same amount of points as the guy that finished 8th, if you back out when I ask you to. And if you don't, you end up with 0 points, and it counts as a missed week. Plus the suspended week the next week. That's 2 missed weeks in a row. When you could have basically ended up with a 6th, 7th place point day. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it to, be like, oh, I'm mad. He's telling me to back out because he's being mean to me. No, I'm asking you to back out because we want the race and be the best it
You
can.
still can benefit yourself as long as you don't let your ego get in the way.
Yeah. I mean, we took the week off. We ran season 4.5 so that it went into after Heat 5 came out. So you had a couple weeks there to start working on your setups, as well as we took an extra week off for people to work on these setups. And now each track you have a full week on top of all of that time to work on your setup for the next week. And that also goes for preset, guys. If you're going to run a slider 9, just boom, oh, I put the wrong setup in. You've had a week to think about what you're going to do on pit road adjustments or this and that. And I mean, just there's no reason to not do it. You're in a league. If you don't want to put the time in, race pub lobbies.
Yeah.
And that's that, I guess.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, and the lag. Yeah, I mean, the lag is also going to be an issue. In stage 1, I don't care if there's 1 lap left or if you just took the green flag. If the whole lobby becomes laggy and it's still stage 1, we will back out and try again because there are server issues going on right now. After that second attempt, if the issues are still bad, we will call it a week and we will make up that race at a later date, even if it includes 2 races in one night for a series.
And we've done that quite a few times.
However, if it does come down to where we do 2 races in a night, it would be turned into 2 25% races without stages.
Nuka Bob also said, breaking news this year, Bogart McFarlane has signed on for an extension in the Giggity broadcast booth. Good to know.
Oh, you love to see that right there. Glad to have him back.
If it wasn't for Booger, we probably wouldn't have a very good broadcast team.
His insight and his factual statements, right on.
I mean, I've never heard the man say anything wrong. So.
Right? The only person in history to always be right.
All right, so we're getting a little off subject. We're kind of just shooting the poo up here. We're waiting for you guys to ask the questions. We have 16 of you out there. Every one of you, I'm sure, has some type of question out there. Let's get them out there right now. I don't want to wait until Wednesday, 5 minutes before a race, and get a question about the race. Get them out right now. Ask me anything and everything.
What are
Second stage.
What are the winning
Okay,
lottery
good question.
numbers for tomorrow?
As soon as stage 1 ends, push to the brink, ask Taddy, how would it go if second stage, the lag starts like Thursday night with the preset? First off, Thursday night in the preset, it happened early in the race. Everybody knew immediately. Second stage, it was a little laggy. It corrected back by stage 3. Same as what happened Thursday night. As soon as you take the green flag for stage 2 to begin, it is a race. That race will be finished. I don't care how bad the lag is, how bad it costs somebody their race. Race it out. We're not going to back out 3/4 of the way into a race, and we're not going to call it a weather race either. At that point in time, if you know it's laggy, maybe back off, let those lag cars do their thing. Maybe it'll clear out, maybe it won't, but it's an official race at that point, so you guys got to finish it out.
Nice.
You do hate to see it, but there's nothing we can really do on our end about that, about the servers.
Apparently there's nothing 704 can do either.
Yeah. How many preset drivers are there? Michael Morgan, good question. Kind of answered that 100 times. But the answer is there's 21 drivers per series. I don't know if all those slots are filled yet, so to say. But, yeah, there's up to 21 drivers per series.
It's anywhere from 14 to 21 in each series right now.
And I'm going to be honest also, the reason that we pushed this up, another thought process to pushing the car count up to 21 instead of the 16 that we had in season 4.5, I don't think we ever had 16 cars show up, or 16 trucks show up, and that's how many were allowed to be there. I think the most we ever did was 14, so 2 people didn't show. By upping it to 21, you're always going to have 3, 4, 5 people that can't make it because, oh, work here, oh, I don't feel good, oh, my brother's dog's little kitten vomited twice today. People don't show up for those reasons, and we want to still put out a good car count for you guys to have a good competitive racing, so that's why we upped it to 21. What team will have the biggest impact this season other than your team? Ooh, that's a good question, Trey. Let's go with D Smith. You start with that one.
Hmm. Well, for the past couple seasons, uh, it's been a battle of Cola and Noko's teams. Uh, us at NRG put up a fight there at the end of the year. Got into the top of the class. Really? I'm looking to see the impact the whole Putty Pies team's gonna have on the racing next year.
Yeah,
I like your answer.
we've been working really hard, putting our minds together. Uh, but again, like you said, Noka and Cola, they've always seemed to uh, be a class of the field. But Pendle, again, NRG, can never count out those the guys north of the border, the Canucks up there. And I know again, KMS is looking really well this year, so I think Noko and Cola are going to have their hands full with the rest of this.
So yeah, so actually, the team that I look forward to seeing the most, two teams, they both finished in the bottom of the team owner points in 4.5. But actually, what they were doing was moving drivers around a lot, and I think they were doing exactly what they need to. They didn't just stick with what was working; they kept swapping it up. But Shin Motorsports has brought in some good drivers this season,
Yes, they have.
as well as the Canucks have done something really good. Mills has been improving week after week in the Custom Cup Series.
It's because he's in that
They
Camaro now.
they won the Truck Series preset trucks this last season. No, they won the Custom trucks this last season, and they just moved Kay Larson down, who is a past Xfinity champion, past top three playoff driver in the Cup Series. Because of schedule and family issues that he's having, he's going to be racing the trucks now. Look for him to get some good top five finishes. And again, the Xfinity Series for the Canucks, they've been some really good finishes over there too. Dirty Boy Jackson was running for them, and he actually got a couple wins last season before he stopped racing, but he's going to be back full time this season. So expect the Canucks. I think they're going to be the biggest turnaround shout out story for the team owner points.
And I like exactly what you said there too. A couple of those teams utilized the 4.5 season and was like, "Hey, try this. Hey, why don't you come here?" To find that ultimate perfect combination that they liked, and that was it's smart to do that. Very strategic because 4.5 is to help for that reason.
You know, I
Actually,
actually. Oh,
our
go
team
ahead.
actually made very few moves throughout 4.5. I want to say we only made one roster change the whole 4.5 season,
Yeah,
just to
that's where I was going with is like your team, Energy, Noko, Cola. You guys were already kind of at the top of your games. You know that's why you guys finished 1, 2, 3 in the owners points. But from there down, from fourth on down through the owners points, I feel like those teams made a lot of moves and were changing stuff up week to week. And so they didn't really have a base set stable group that people could work as a team or whatever and really develop as a group. But now I feel like some of those lower teams are going to be a lot quicker. Another question out there: out of the new guys joining the custom, oh, hold on. What driver in each series do you feel will make a run for the championship? We're going to get to that. Out of the new guys joining the custom cup field, name a few that you think will be instant threats. Again, we'll get to that, but I want to start with Trey's which individual driver. So we're going to make our preseason picks between the three of us per series. I'll go over the lineups real quick. The only difference is I'm going to change from what Trey asked not on your team. I don't care if it is on your team or not. We're going to go preseason picks right now on at least playoff drivers or at least championship hunt drivers. Preset truck. We got Sports Legend, Kamikaze, Little E, Cam Black, Brian SP, Sean T, Justin Shackett, Dirt Dog, Guitar, Icy, Matt BW, Mango, Jay Swint, Dank Booty Flakes, WRX Mike, iPon Lubes, and Big Dane. Start with you, D. Smith.
out of that one, I think old Matt BW and maybe Big Dane will be threats.
You got to pick one.
Ooh, uh, I'll take Matt BW since he's not on my same team as me.
I'm putting this down on the roster. It says Matt BW, D. Smith pick. Going over to you, Puddin'.
Yikes.
You can never count out the KMS guys. We've got a lot of talent over there, but like you said, somebody that's impressed me quite a bit is WRX Mike. I think he could be a threat up there, and to see what happens.
Okay, I'm gonna go with it's a Team Noco driver, but I'm gonna take I pawn Voobs. I think that he's going to be the guy to take it all this season.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I love saying his names too.
All right, let's go custom truck. This is just answering those questions, and again, it's going through the roster pretty quick. Custom truck, we have the smallest field of all series here preseason, but we got Rubnum, TJ, NASCAR, 88, K Larson, Beaver, Audi, Dr. Avi, Ma Bear, Pa Bear, racing each other. Mikey 666, Cody Santos, Salt Life, Mini Truck Gym, and Sanity Outlaw.
Sanity was looking real good in 4.5, but I mean, you can never count out K Larson.
I like it. On you, D. Smith.
I'll go with Sanity. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stick with Sanity on that.
Bold
He got
move,
second,
Cotton.
4.5, didn't he?
Move.
Yeah, he got second in 4.5.
He was running in the top 5 a lot too. Almost had
Yeah, no
wins.
pressure, Sanity.
You're right.
Oh, you guys took both my picks, but I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Salt Life Team Cola.
That was another pick.
Yeah, I think that he's gonna be a top competitor. We'll go back to preset Xfinity here. All right, Mountain Dew, Dimebags, T-Bird, Jimbo Earnhardt, a little bit off. He's now got a different name. Camaro, Dirty Boy Jackson, OKC Mexican, Flow, MD2 Wood, Fastlane, Trey, Buff Chanka, J Money, Sheffy, Papa Musa, Young Boy Hunty, and Meatball.
Right. We've already talked about how much this stacked. Go ahead, D.
Hunty will take it. That's it.
And you?
So I know my pick already. I'm going to go, this is actually a Shin Motorsports driver. I'm going with Buff Chanka takes it all this season in his rookie series.
And somebody that has impressed me quite a bit in other leagues and stuff too. And now this is being a little biased. Old Jimbo.
I like that pick. Yeah, Buff Chanka, actually, this past Thursday, we did have that preset race. He lagged out, as did a lot of people with the issues that happened. But him and I were actually side by side for the lead for about 10 laps, and there was never any contact. Noko was behind us. He's a good fast driver, so I have a hard time not taking him. Custom Xfinity Puddin', you can't pick yourself. You got to pick someone else. We got Marcus E-Dub, Billy Holcomb, Puddin', Wide Open, Acceptness, Dash for Cash, Edtho, Archangel, Got Nub, Monster Racing, Racing Rowdy, Old Guy, Honda Racing, Name Untaken, McLovin, Coach Matt, and Buck.
Wide Open again is I've seen him race in other leagues. Very, very fast, very, very fast. But I did already take one KMS driver. Somebody that you're gonna have to keep an eye on there is old Puck Buck, man. You got to keep an eye on him. He is very deadly in customs. He won some custom cup races here, Giggity, a couple seasons back. He is back in there too, and that man can destroy that chicane at the road too. So this one's for you, old Puck Buck.
All right, over to you, D. Smith.
The Irish R&B singer himself, McLovin.
That's a good pick.
I wanted to go McLovin, but I didn't want to get on the Mick everything case there.
So I'm actually enjoying this because now this is the fourth series and fourth team I'm picking. NPP had the runner-up last season.
Yeah, you know me.
Dash for Cash. Dash for Cash came up runner-up in the Custom Xfinity Series, and I think that this season is going to be his season, so I'm going with him. Preset Cup.
Yeah.
Probably these two next ones are going to be hard. Probably your dad, Spun Huggins, Blakey T, Dark Humor, Elite Precision, Tackleberry, Trout, Patton, Spanker, Huff, Tex Belt, Infow, Just Can, Jake Giroux, UK Wildcats, Coyote, Flirt, and Country Caliber.
And you can't say Jake.
Anybody can pick Jake, and honestly, if you don't pick Jake, you're probably silly. But everybody has to pick something different, and I'm going to let D. Smith go first here.
Man, they're going to tie at Homestead. It's going to be Jake, UK, and Flirt.
Breaking news, we're going to have 4 drivers tie for the championship. Exact dead on time crossing the finish line. No,
Dude, last night in the Charlotte
it did happen.
race.
It did happen.
Yeah.
True news, but that was only 2 drivers, not 4. I need you to take one, bub.
Let's keep it in-house. Flirt's going to get it.
Puddin', I'm going to assume that you're going with Jake.
Um, no, because I know he's going to be a threat. But somebody that has had some very good finishes in the past, had some unfortunate luck, shows up every week, very consistent, very clean. I want to keep an eye on probably Dad getting moved up, but Tackleberry's going to be there at the end. As long as he can keep his nose clean, he's won a couple preset races in Giggity too. So Tackle's going to be one to keep an eye on.
I think Rookie of the Year here is going to be Elite Precision. It's going to come down to him and probably your dad, but I think Elite Precision knocks it out. But I think your champion for Season 5 Preset Cup will be Country Caliber.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Country's fast too. I like old Country.
All right, Custom Cup. This one is the one that we were also asked on top of all of it to throw in our, who we think as a rookie would be our biggest movers. Doc Fu would be in the rookie. We have Doc Fu, rookie, Mills, AJ Storm, Timac if he can make a week, Cola, Captain Jack, rookie, Dark Knight, Nuka Bob, rookie, Arkham, Pendle, Taddy, Robbie, Broom, rookie, Trinity, rookie, Tommy, Noko, El Parco, Coco Money Mike, rookie, D Smith, rookie, Celtics, and Energy. D Smith, you can't pick yourself.
Would me and Habab really be? Me and Nuka really be considered rookies?
Yeah, so you ran season 1, but that was before, or season 2, but that was before we did the team based, and you only got into week 3, and so the rules are 4 weeks was the count. So you're at the bare maximum.
I made it to week 6.
Okay, so I guess I'll take you out of the rookie then. You just cost yourself a Rookie of the Year title.
Yes. Rookies over there. Broom. Ooh, almost said Broom.
I'm
come
gonna
back
go
to me
with
on
it.
that one.
I'm gonna go with the Rookie of the Year. I think Broom's gonna be Rookie of the Year. But do you know who you want for the title?
No.
Awesome. So you have no answers at all. Over to you,
Let's
Bud.
see.
Captain Jack puts the time in. He is a great strategist. I think he's going to be a big Rookie of the Year contender. But again, in the elite of the elite of the elite guys up there's somebody who shows up every week, consistent again. Sometimes has some things happen to him. It's cost him a couple W's. But this guy called K Taddy.
Well, that's doubtful, but maybe.
I'm just saying.
You just wanted to pick your own driver. I appreciate it.
I'm just here so I don't get fined or parked like Dean out there is. He's already parked himself.
Yeah, so on the championship, actually, these are the drivers I think it's going to come down to. Is Cola, is Noko, possibly Celtics. But the driver that I think is going to win the title is Mills over there at the Canucks team.
I like that. Like it. He shows some good speed and good consistency too.
But yeah, he's a top 5 driver everywhere we go. Some issues happen, but I think that if you put it all on the line at Homestead, I think that he's going to show what he's really got. And one race, best finisher take all. I think that it's going to be Mills will be your best finisher there.
And another thing too, a lot of these guys moving up, they all want the championship. They all want a Rookie of the Year title. You know, some people out there, I don't know where they're setting their goals at. My goal is to, get a couple top 3 finishes this year. Try to get a W, finish top 5 in points, and so I'm not going super high with my goals moving up, but everybody might be a little bit different.
D. Smith still waiting on your response from either or.
Can't pick myself. Of course,
Parker said he's not even in the conversation. Yeah, you're in the conversation. You're in the Parker.
Nobody else picked you either. So just saying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That is true. Man.
That's how tough it is. Yeah.
Celtics. If I can't pick me, I'll pick a teammate. Nah, NRG. Screw it. NRG's got it.
He's had
What
some
do you
good finishes
mean?
too.
I like that. I didn't even put him in my equation as to making the finals, but I think that the reason is, and notice I didn't put myself in the finals. I think Energy drives a lot like I do. We're both give a lot and don't take a lot, and I do expect that to change though. Energy showed the speed, the confidence. He's definitely a talented driver. I wouldn't second guess that he does make a shot at this. All right, guys. To all the viewers out there, we're going to let you continue with the questions. Dean Clavitt out there, not in the conversation. You had a good season 4.5 while people were working on stuff. No, I'm not putting you in the equation this season, as you'll be parked half of next season.
Facts.
But yeah, guys, we're going to be on air probably about maybe 10 more minutes. Any more questions, and then we're going to continue on. Push the brink, say a driver to most likely get a penalty first of each series. And the answer is Dean Clavitt in all series.
All series, yep.
Penalty.
Yep. I was just going to say. That is a very good pick for that one. Now, I know
Consistency does win championships. Remember that. I do. And if you're not in the top 3, you're also not in the top 10 there, Dean Clavitt. Just throwing it out there.
Bugger. Now, I'm excited for season 5. I love, especially since you pulled me in, Taddy. You know, Robbie started broadcasting with you guys before I even started driving, and Taddy one night, I think it was season 2 or season 3 All-Star race. He's like, all right, you racing? No. You racing? No. And he's like, all right, well, you raced one of my cars in the All-Star race. I was voluntold that night. But ever since I started, broadcasting, commentating, and driving over here, the league has doubled. It's getting big. I've met some hell of a nice people, all of you guys out there, and it's so much fun to be part of this. And like I said, I'm proud of it. Even when I'm not in the booth or on the track, I'm always out there watching. Even at the grocery store, I have my earphones in, watching it on YouTube. Big supporter of Giggity. So thank you for everybody out there. The Bear family, we talk about you guys all the time, helping out on. They got their very busy Fridays, and development. Taddy, thank you for everything. All the captains, thank you guys for stepping up this year. Like Taddy said, it's taken a lot of weight off of his shoulders, whether it be helping out in a booth or setting up lobbies. So that's helped out too. So, and we're up to 534 subscribers now too. And when I first started, I think it was around 200, 225. So.
We got 2 questions out there. Tom Horton asks, are we waiting for late drivers? I'm going to say this now, and I will reiterate this on a week-to-week basis. Qualifying starts at 7 o'clock. The latest I will start qualifying is 7:05. When qualifying ends, we will give 5 minutes for people to go pee, people to swap over their other setup. If you got to go back out, change your scheme, get back in, 5 minutes from the moment you get back to the lobby until the time starts. That is it. There's no other wait period at all.
And I think that's fair too, to keep it on schedule, since because if we wait for too long, then that just pushes the second race back, and those guys have to wait. And again, they've got lives and work.
Even if you're pushing the second race back, here's the deal. For Custom Cup, I know, for example, we don't start till at least 8:30 anyways. Then we're racing till 10. People have jobs the next day. I'm not going to push that back another 30 minutes, and we're racing till 10:30, 11 o'clock, maybe midnight. It's not happening. Not going to. As far as the next question, Trey asks, what will it take for Taddy to win a title? I'm going to be honest. I need all the other drivers to not make the 14 race minimum requirements to make the playoffs.
Sounds.
And Malbear said the same rules are going to apply for development too. That way they're not waiting on everybody. Hey, I'm coming home, or everything like that. So.
Here's the deal. Every week I have people asking me, what time are we starting? What time are we starting? Man, we've been doing this. This is our 5th season. And actually it's our 6th if you include season 4.5. We start at 7 o'clock. If you don't know that we're starting at 7 o'clock, you got issues. Now, I do understand the custom race that follows. There is a delay. That one's a little bit trickier, because if the race prior, the presets have a lot of cautions, the race goes by really, really quick, because it cuts out 3-4 laps every time there's a caution. So those races can go very quickly. Or if it's green flag the whole time, no cautions, it could take the full time frame. An hour and a half for Cup, an hour and 10 for Xfinity, right around 50 minutes for trucks. They can take a while. However, the Custom Cup, the guy that's setting up your lobby should be letting you know as soon as it hits stage 3 in the presets. You guys should, first off, you should tune into our YouTube. That's what it's for, is to support each other and tune in and watch and see that. But also you'll have, whoever's setting up the lobby should let you know about 5 to 10 minutes before he sets up the lobby. And also keep in mind, guys, we set up the lobby 15 minutes before we start the timer. That gives you a 15-20 minute time frame. If you pay attention to when they tell you I'm setting up the lobby in 5, plus the 15 minutes you have once the lobby gets set up, you got 20 minutes in total to get into the lobby. That's a lot of time, and you should already be knowing that your race is coming up soon to be able to get on there and log on and stuff. So there's no excuse for not making the lobby. by simply saying, "Oh, I didn't know what time we start." That's just a cop out, and we're not waiting for you.
It's something that D and I had to do this year too, especially in 4.5. Since we are back to a 5 day race week, not the seven, we've had to, we always try to interview the post race the top three drivers. But because of the presets, trying to get right into that custom race, I do apologize to the guys who finished second and third. We didn't get a chance to talk to you. It wasn't nothing to take away from you, but to try to keep on a time frame, we've had to keep the post race interviews down just a little bit. Again, whoever's in the booth will do our best, but we can't keep delaying, for the custom guys. If you get invited up to the booth, we don't have time to wait on you. You get a couple minutes to get up there for your post race interview. Thank your mom, your dad, your grandpas, your sponsors, and then we got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep everything on a time frame.
All right, final question we're going to take. What driver will have a breakout season, a rookie or a veteran in each, or just in all? Actually, let's go with one of each, rookie and veteran, any series. Who's going to have their breakout season? Start with you, D. Smith.
Puddin. He's gonna have a breakout season and get 7 wins.
And rookie?
Um. Uh, Rookie. Let's go with. Broom. He'll get a couple wins in the Cup Series.
Also, I don't see Puddin getting 7 wins. Over to you,
Oh,
Puddin.
just a veteran that'll do pretty good. El Parco. He'll he'll make a. I think he'll have a breakout year and get a few wins under his belt this year.
I like it. Over to you, Puddin. Rookie and a veteran.
A
Who's going to have
veteran
their
that I
breakout
think is
season?
going to have a breakout year. We've seen him win on a select few tracks, though. He's very good everywhere. But I think that old Blakey T is going to get more than just an Iowa win, and he's going to be in the championship hunt. So I think he's going to have a breakout year. And as for a rookie, I mean, there's just so many of them out there. I can't give you an answer on that one, like because they're so talented anyway. There's just so many drivers out there. So I just hope everybody has a good, clean, fast season and enjoys himself.
I'm going to go with. All right, so he's not a rookie because he raced in 4.5, but I think he only made 4 races there. Truck driver, rookie, breakout season, I think is going to be Little E with no pit pendle series or team. And on the veteran, guy's been here for a couple seasons now. He's always run in the top, but he's kind of one of those silent guys you don't really hear or see a whole lot of. But I'm going to say Monster Racing has a breakout season this year and gets about 4 to 5 wins in the Custom Xfinity Series.
Yeah,
That's a solid pick.
yeah. And the talent too, like you said, the D. I mean, just reading down these names. I mean, when you can't. There's not just one name. I mean, it just the captains. I think have done a great job, and put
I'm
people in the
really
front of
excited.
it.
This is, to me, this season brings me back to season 1, season 2, the talent level that we have, the driving ability that we've seen this past week. The only two series that I'd seen really have any struggles, and both of them happened in the later stages of the race. But the Cup Series were struggling in Stage 3, both preset and custom. But Stage 1 and Stage 2 showed some really, really good racing. And I think that most of the struggles that happened is it is the Cup Series. Everybody was trying to get that win. It was Atlanta. There's really only the bottom groove. So I think between the blocking and the trying to get below people caused a bunch of issues. But I really think what I'd seen in the practice week that we just had was some of the best racing we've ever had in DVD Racing League. And I'm very, very excited to see that continue as we get into Season 5 starting tomorrow.
And just to let everybody know, because of everything going on in season 5 and what's going on, I have got extra auction bottles on deck this year. I have extra auction bottles because that's how intense the racing I think is going to be.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to end this broadcast. Like I said, tonight is the League v League. Before the season gets going, Heat 5, first official event for Giggity Racing League will be a League v League challenge. There's 8 leagues. I'm hoping our guys take the victory. If they don't get the victory, now mind you, there will be a single person champion, like a driver champion, as well as a team champion. I'm hoping one of our guys gets both. If not, just tune in. I'm sure they're going to be out there racing their little butts off for everyone in our group, in our community, as well as on top of that, showing that we are some good, clean, fast drivers. So definitely tune in. Again, that starts at 6:30 Eastern time tonight on the North American E-Racing League YouTube, as well as we're going to try to get putting into their race so that he can be broadcasting it on the Giggity Racing League page. And if that does happen, we're only going to have one person in the lobby to broadcast. Any other commentators or whatever can join, but they're going to have to really watch it off of YouTube.
Oh no.
32 drivers in the track. We got it. Plus, you have their broadcast team is 3 people. That only leaves a spot for one of us. Plus, the other leagues are going to try to get in there and broadcast. So that's basically a 40-person lobby right there. So
And thank you guys out there for they're appreciating it. They said this is a great informative get down. Again, try to stay tuned. Anytime Sundays at noon, we'll try to keep doing it and do the week by week update.
Yeah, Push to the Brink set up there. It would be cool to kind of have a weekly recap type show. This is the season 5 opener show, kind of a recap of what all happened over the practice weeks, as well as the transactions, who's been signed where, what, where, all that good stuff. We do plan on doing this every week at noon. If nobody else, at least me and Puddin will be out here. Try to give you guys a recap of who won what race, maybe some frustrations that happened, maybe if we see rivalries going on. We want to be, we want to be here for you guys. We've had a lot of requests for doing one of these types of shows. So here it is. The Giggity Get Down should be Sundays at noon on a weekly basis from here on out. If there are bigger issues, if there's big issues, big alarming things that we feel that we have to get out to the rest of the league, maybe it's rule change, maybe it's something like that. We might even do a 10, 15-minute get down during the week just to let you guys know the rule changes that are coming in. So, and give you guys time to ask questions and stuff like that about the rule change so everybody understands this once. Rule changes, the way that'll work, quite frankly, we're not going to change the rules the way the races are run. That's simply 50%, 2 times where stages on, cautions on, relaxed, of course. But rule change would be like if we see something that we need to address as far as a penalty system that people are doing wrong, we will get on and we'll address that. But other than that, expect to hear our lovely voices Sunday at noon for a recap get down. Other than that, do you guys have anything else to say?
Thank you to the viewers. Good luck to all the captains, all the drivers, all the teams out there. Looking forward to it, man. Thank you guys for what you guys do to keep Giggity going.
Let's get season 5 started off right tomorrow night.
Yeah, giggity, 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 boys. Time for season 5.
That's right. Where's Robbie when you need him?
Oh, he's here.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
There
Let's
he
go
is!
racing, boys. Oh, I'm so excited about next week. Season 5, Heat 5. We've all been waiting for it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how my guys are going to do out there.
Probably as good as their captain, second to last and last.
Yeah, as always.
All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
And with that being said, yep, we'll see you. We look forward to seeing you this Monday. Please stand up for your rights. Steve, please stand up for what you believe in. With everything going on out there in the world, as always, please be safe. If you have any further questions, get a hold of anybody, one of the administrators or captains. We'll see, try to get it figured out, but I think we got everything. For D. Smith, the very late Robbie, K. Taddy, and myself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bye! Yep.
Every time.
That's unfortunate.